Africa. Welcome to the Billionaires podcast, and I'm your host, Kenneth. This is the entrepreneurial gist segment. Today, we're going to be talking about a very sneaky topic, and it is called respect. What is respect? Respect simply means treating others with dignity, valuing their opinion and contribution, and acknowledging their rights. Respect involves inclusiveness, creating a very supportive environment where people feel heard, appreciated, and empowered. I wouldn't talk about respect if I don't talk about self-respect, because I do not feel you can give what you do not have. If you don't have respect for yourself, you will find it difficult to give respect to another person. So, I used to have an office, the first office I ever got, at a place called Central Market. We had this media guy. He has a studio in the same Central Market. I went to him and I told him, look, I have people who are going to be making videos. I think if we work together, I can pay you for time. I'm going to rent your studio weekly because I have cameras to use, but I don't have a studio to use, okay? And it wouldn't make sense for me to teleport or transport my staff members from my office to another different environment where they'll do their videos. He thought about it as an avenue to make money. This young man is from the East, and it is typical in their nature. I apologize if this upset you, but this is a podcast and I'll speak the truth. I realized something. Whenever it's a thing of him billing me, he does it with so much disdain that it's quite upsetting. I felt like it's something I can cure with love. When he wants to rent my camera to use, I ask him to take it for free because I feel like no matter how much money he charges the person, using my camera to do the work would just be extra income for him. In the bid that when it's time to bill me, he will soften his hand. The people of Africa, reverse is the case. It's more like the more I help and assist him, the more he looks for creative ways to, be wicked. Should I call it wickedness? I don't think anybody's wicked. I just think people are after their interest. It interests him to build the shit out of me. Dear Lord. Okay, back to the podcast. After a while, I realized it's better for me to, keep my distance. I should look for business elsewhere. In fact, as I speak to you, I have my own studio. I should do business elsewhere. I don't have to go to him for help. I respect myself to not fuck with this nigga. Forgive my foul language. I'm going to talk about respect for employees, your team members. If you know me well, you'll know that I rarely refer to my staffs as staff. Meaning to say, they work for me. I like to refer to them as my team. It is just a change in vocabulary, but it does so much for me as a person, my mind, and also my staff, their mind. I do not see the need that I have to look down on someone for me to prove a point. People know the stance that they take. If somebody knows they're beneath you in the office structure, they're aware. I do not have to remind them. In fact, me reminding them is me telling myself that, are these guys actually working for me? I like to use the word working with me because that way, it's not just about their paycheck. It's about we having a collective interest at heart. Respect for employees and team members. I've worked for a number of people before I became the Ken that you know. And in these years, I have seen so much disrespect from people, especially the so-called bosses that I worked for. At a certain time, a man slapped me. The funny thing was, I wasn't working for him. I was working for my boss, who then placed us under him to work. Something happened. I called the clientele to verify, and I told him when he asked me if I called up, I said, yes, I did. And then he slapped me. Truth be told, I wanted to stab his neck with a compass, and I would have been very fast. But let's think about it. If I did that, I would be in jail, and I wouldn't be out here making a podcast about what I learned. So I think it's better that I didn't do it. Let's go back to the topic. The mistakes that I saw my boss make or my bosses make that would have been avoided if they spoke to me with a little more dignity, like a person. The funny thing is, they just assumed I was foolish and I was a tool. If I was foolish and I was a tool, it means I was a foolish tool. Do you think a foolish tool will convert at that rate for you? When the Bible said, despitefully use you, he was referring to me. Oh my God, he was referring to me. Despitefully use you. Okay, so if you have an office, if you have a business, you don't always have to shout at people. They're not kids. In fact, they're not your kids. If the person is not converting and you've lost your patience, cut them loose. Let them go. It's better. You don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to slap your employees. You could get sued. There's so many, I can't overly emphasize this. These people have pride, all right? The same way you have pride. They work for you for the money, okay? If you're not able to make them see the collective interests of them working and being beneficial, look, let me tell you something. I have to be very emotional about this. Contrary to what most of my staffs might think, I'm not a fool. If you work for me, no matter how talented you are, if I do not sense the inclusiveness of your support to the brand, the business, I cannot promote you. It's not about how good your skill is. I don't care about your skill set. You're part of a body. This means that without you, the business will still work. If you're just there for the money, if we crank it up a little bit more, we can get somebody who might even do the same job that you're doing for less. So what is the difference between you and the next person? It is your inclusiveness to the collective dream and purpose of the company. You get the point. The entrepreneurs, show respect to your employees. Don't shout, don't demean. Sometimes when they speak to you, listen. Make them understand that they're giving you an opinion, not an instruction. Because people who don't understand how to draw the line, what you're giving me, I have heard it. It is in my own discretion to carry out the action that you as an opinion of yours. I don't have to take your opinion. Let them understand as they give you what they want to give to you. Because if they assume that you collected it as an instruction and you don't carry it out, they're going to feel offended. Respect to your stakeholders, your partners, people who you do business with. These ones are not your staff. These ones are people you collaborate with to ensure you get the work done. Respect them. All right? Understand one thing. Every day I wake up, I tell myself that I am nothing unless I have proven this, this, and this. And everybody I see have options. It means someone who is working for me today can decide to stop. And other people will work with them happily and respectfully. So, it is an honor to have people that I work with that are outside my business scope. Respect for my customers. Please, I can't overly emphasize this. I went to a restaurant, a very popular one in the town that I stay. This restaurant is expensive. Jesus. It is too expensive for what they're selling. I won't even lie. So I went there with my woman one Sunday. And we're like, okay, fine. My younger sister's flight was around 3 o'clock. So I said, okay, fine. Let's go and eat because we can't go back home. We're going to my father's house. Let's go and eat. Then we'll come back and take her to the airport with my dad. So it's a good idea. Okay, fine. So what do we go to? Well, let's go. I feel cheeky. Let's go to the expensive restaurant. So me and my woman went there. First of all, the table didn't have complete legs. It was jiggling. In fact, let's not talk about the table. It's fine. Tables could be jiggling. Technical issue. The food was an eyesore. In fact, to crown it all up, I was using my left hand to pursue flies. I'm going to do something to that restaurant. It still pains me, but that's not the point I'm trying to make. So my woman started complaining. I had to do something, I called the security guy. No, the guy who served the food. I called him and I said, excuse me, He came. Then I said, look, you can see this fly here disturbing us. I'm a woman, I've been moving our left hand left and right for about 5 minutes now. Can you do something about it? I swear to God, I'm not gonna lie. This guy looked at me in the eye and said, he's not the one that cooked the food. He's going to call. Oh my God. He's going to call the person that cooked the food. First of all, what the fuck? I wasn't talking about the food. I was talking about the fly that stopped me from eating the food that I'm not even enjoying. Secondly, why is it so fucking expensive? Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't think they have respect for their customers there. In fact, once you swipe your ATM card, that is the end. They don't give you a ratas if you sat on the floor. They don't give a ratas. Look guys, that's my time. Until I come your way next time, please ensure you subscribe and see you next time. Please leave a comment for me so I can know what you think about this podcast. I really appreciate it.